if you are helping a man to be a man, so he can marry the man, then you are marrying a boy. I will not support any day that a young lady or a woman would think that I am where to do, go in and take care of somebody. When it comes to your life as a helper, you don't marry the person with her money as a form of a budget for your journey.
Right there.
Managing finances is a crucial part of every relationship or marriage. It's not just about the budgeting or the saving, but it all requires communication. On Moans and Cuddles today on Ghanaweb TV, we're discussing managing finances in marriage. Whose responsibility it is to have like 80%, to provide 80% and the other providing 20%? Are we supposed to share? Is it supposed to be an equal kind of thing we do? We'll get to know it all today on the show with me, Patricia Roxanne Hammond. My guest today is the well-known, popular Councillor Adofoli. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Thanks for the warm visit.
Yeah, thank you very much for welcoming us to your office. Managing finances in marriage. How do we go about it?
All right. Money, the scripture will say, answers
All things.
all things.
But it also says money is the root of all evil.
Money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
The scripture also says that a man who cannot provide for his own family is worse than an unbeliever. So when you look at money, there are certain things we can't do without money. The basic necessities in terms of clothing, shelter, food, money answers all those things. So we need money, whether we like it or not. That's why the first man was put in the garden to take care of it. So we need money. And working will give us that kind of money. But when it comes to the context of marriage, before you even venture to marry, you need to be working, to be able to take care of your basic needs before you get into marriage. So any man thinking about getting married, the question is, do you have a home? Do you have what it takes to take care of other people, to meet their needs when it comes to physical needs, when money is involved? When you don't have that, then pursuing that journey is a problem.
It's also a problem when the woman is financially stable and she decides to take over the role of the man. By making sure that she has her own home, she has the money, the man is now trying to put things together. Is it right for the woman to take over, assume that responsibility and support the man, get married, and then I'll take care of you, but as time goes on, maybe you would now get to take over. Is it right?
If you are helping a man to be a man, so he can marry the man, then you are marrying a boy.
Who? If you're helping a man to be a man,
Before you marry
him, then you're rather helping a boy.
Yes.
More or less like your son.
a son.
Oh, wow.
Because it is our parents' responsibility to help us become adults,
Okay.
to become responsible men. Take care of yourself. That's why I have to take care of you to a certain age that you have some vocations, things that gives you money. So if I meet you a certain time and you are not capable of taking care of you, not to talk about family, the question is, can I support you, help you as a friend? If I can, when you are capable, then we venture into marriage or relationship or whatever it is.
But you don't immediately rush
But
into
I want
marriage.
to give you all what it takes so that you marry me, because I've seen a potential in you. And what I'm seeing is not right now. I know in the future things will be better. And probably I will do this with a good intention. Now the man is a man, and he's thinking that you are not the kind of helper he needs in his life. Then there's a problem. There's a problem. Sometimes people have been successful in that particular quest or kind of journey or adventure. That is fine. But ideally, it will be better that this friend of yours we've met or we are happy with, if there's any way I can help you, I could do that. Sometimes it's not even about giving money. It's about referring to other
them
people.
to opportunities.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be able to become who God created you or giving you a purpose to become. then when we go into marriage, we can help each other, we can feed each other, we can invest into each other's life. Then we can journey on a family life that the two of us have what it is to take care of their family.
Okay.
So I will not support any day that a young lady or a woman who think that I am well to do go in and take care of somebody. If the man is capable, you have to help in any way for the person to be whoever he is so that we can start a journey. That is fine. That does also not mean that before you start a journey, you have to have everything. Sometimes people believe that, oh, I have to have a house, I have to have a car, I have to have every stuff before I start. No. We could live in a rented apartment, yes, and we still start. We could be taking trotro and still start.
Even a single room?
Very well, we can still start.
So first you have shelter, that's
yes. As time goes on, we have plans in place, and in the next 5 years, 3 years, we can be able to work things out. That's why financial goal is important. Every couple needs to have a short-term, a long-term financial goal. 1 year to 5 years, what do I want to do in a 1 year to 5 years? 5 years to 10 years, what do we want to achieve? Let's have a conversation about it. Again, having a conversation about our assets and liabilities. What am I bringing to the marriage?
Is this something before, is it like before you get married, you should have this conversation?
Yes.
Or when you get married, you guys sit down and draw a financial goal?
No, we have this conversation before we even get into marriage. Because I'm thinking about marriage. If we are going on a journey, what do you have, what do I have before we go on this journey? How far are we going?
Okay.
I don't get into the journey and then we are asking, oh, what do you have? I don't have this, and then we are getting disappointed.
So in a case where maybe maybe the man is earning like 1,500 or 2,000, the woman is equally earning the same. They bring it together, they know they're supposed to, maybe God has blessed them with a child. And with this amount, apart from paying fees, they're supposed to pay rent. And that's, so they literally live from hand to mouth. Can they save in this case?
Okay. So in this case, we are just asking the two to put their money together to run the home.
Yes.
Okay, if you're in that 5,000 situation, I won't just ask my spouse, bring your 1,500 and add to mine, let's run the home. The question is, my spouse willing to help with that? If you are the man, be asking. So it comes to your life as a helper. You don't marry the person with her money as a form of a budget for your journey.
You don't marry a woman and use her salary as a budget
For that journey.
for you.
Well, you might have your own perception. Sometimes the money is for certain goal. The fact that it's not being used doesn't mean that it's idle. So I would just ask that, oh, we are going on this journey, so bring your 1,500 out to mine, let's run the home. This is 1,500 I have, and this is the responsibility we have. So I will list my expenses against my income. If I do the calculation, income minus expenses, do I have some deficit? This is how much is left there. What can I do to complement? What can I do to even change things? I communicate that with my spouse. If I need to take another job, we have to cut some expenses. We look at what we can do. Sometimes it's what you can do. What you have to do with what you have is the problem. Some people think that when you have plenty money, you'll be able to solve a lot of things. But sometimes this plenty money leads them to even become irresponsible. So if you can manage well, the little you have, when a loss comes in, you can do well. Even the scripture, the one with the one, could not manage the one. It has to be taken and be given to the one with 5. So I won't go and approach that, come and add your 1,500 to mine. This is my 1,500, this is what we can do with my strength. If you are willing to help, you want to support, how will you support?
Okay, so when it comes to marriage and finances, should a man always be allowed to be the man?
What makes a man a man? A man is a man.
Like, be the head, like, you are the head, you are the leader, you're the shepherd, you're the lord of the house.
So being a head, it's not we put it together. That is the arrangement of the creator of the marriage.
Okay.
That's arrangement. And a head means that you have a lot of responsibilities. That's why before you take up this journey, ask yourself whether you are capable. Nobody forces you into marriage. If somebody is forcing you, that person is not doing good. And oh, you are old, get married, please. The question
most
is,
people are being pressured to get married.
why are you not married? They should be asking the question, how do we help you? What are the problems? What are your fears? Let's tackle that. But not to push you into marriage, just like a social status. you have a ring on your hand, you have a child, and then what is it? You live irresponsible life. No, not for faith, no. You won't go in that direction. So if you're ready to be a man, the head of that house, be able to take care of that house. So whoever comes under that authority, that leadership, recognize you as one.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of women who are saying that I am like the head in that house. I'm like the man in that house.
Because she's the same person providing for the home.
So there's certain things you have to do for the man. He's not doing them because I think you're supposed to be doing that. So if you come in and say, hey, you don't respect me, don't do this for me, the question is, I should be asking, do you respect me? Do you do this?
Because the things you're supposed to do, you're not doing them. I'm the one doing them now.
Doing them.
So is it that in marriage, you, the woman, you know very well that it is the man's responsibility to provide shelter, like food, like this basic things. Even if you are capable, you leave it for the man to do, right?
That's not what it is. You come in as a helper. So I can help you at any point in time. I need to know where I have to help you, whether my strength, my capability, and I can really be able to help. You need to communicate on that.
Okay.
I come in as a team. The fact that the fingers are small parts of the body doesn't mean that they are not useful.
Okay.
They play a lot of role. I hope you are getting.
Yeah.
Yes, head play different role, but they complement each other. So I come in to help. That doesn't mean that I have to take everything. So when I come in and we are on that journey, and you let me know clearly, these are your vision, this is what you can do, this is where you are lacking. The question is, do I have the capacity to help in that way? But don't force me to do that.
Okay.
And on this journey, as we are talking about, all of us have been influenced in terms of marriage. Your mom, your dad, your uncle, the people you live with, has given you a certain idea, expectation of what marriage is about. So before we start this journey, or even if we are in a journey, let's have a conversation. In your home, when you were growing up, what was your mommy doing? What was your daddy doing? Mm-hmm. What were the two of them doing? What were you used to? In your home, now, this new home now, if you are given opportunity, what will you do? Give the person opportunity. Oh, in my home now, I think I can take care of this bear. I can do that. Okay. I can also do this. This is what is lacking. This is what is left now with our strength. What do we do? Do we negotiate? How do we help each other with time? There could be a change within 1 year or 2 years. If we are doing this, then we have a unity at that home, that front, and we are working together as a couple.
Okay.
What breaks marriage is that divisionness. That, oh, this is mine, this is yours. I go this way, you go that way. No. The aim is to work together as a team. Let's complement each other. That's the aim. So if any decision that we take or arrive at, and there's a misunderstanding, somebody is not happy, there's a trouble at the end. There's a trouble at the end. So if we have a conversation today, we are not okay, let's come back to the table. Let's listen to each other and be able to work together as a couple.
With setting of financial goals, is it like you're supposed to have like savings together? Like a savings for the whole family? Is that how it's supposed to be?
So I started with
like a joint account, having a joint account for the family, so that in terms of maybe just in case of any unlikely event, like an emergency, you all have to fall back on that. Is it supposed to be like that?
Okay. So depending on where you are coming from, will tell you how we are going to manage this home. So I asked about even assets. What are your income? Okay. Your savings, investment? What are you doing before coming to the marriage? Were you doing these things before coming? There are certain things when you are doing them already, coming to the marriage and doing the same thing is easier. But when you are not doing them, it's a new game altogether. Learning and then being consistent with it is also difficult. So at home now, you are working, I'm also working. We have our own separate account, how we've been paid. But we have certain projects that we want to do. And in the next 5 years, next 10 years, we want to build a house. If your strength, maybe we are contributing 50%, 50%, or 20%, 20%. Your 20% and my 20% will not be the same because we are not earning the same salary. Or I just said that I'm paying 1,000, you are paying 500. That's what we are doing towards this particular property or what we are doing. And we are saving towards this number of years. That could be our goal for us. We understand this. We are pursuing this. So this property is ours. It's not that you contribute a lot to it, it is yours. And I am just a tenant there. It's ours, that's what it is. Then we can set the goal. Then the joint account could be responsible for that particular access or whatever property. To other people, because of managing a home, and you might need money, I don't like come collect money, take money. So I just wanted to have a joint account. So at the end of the month, I put this percentage into that account. Then we can use that money to manage the home. So anything that we need in the home, we go direct to that account.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean that when we marry, we have to put on a joint account and put all our money in one place because two shall become one. No.
We'll have to go on a quick break, and the show is still Moans and Cuddles here on Ghanaweb TV with me, Patricia Roxanne Hammond. My guest is Councillor Adofoli, and he's educating us on managing finances in marriage. We'll be right back with more. Welcome back. It's still Moans and Cuddles here on Ghanaweb TV with me, Patricia Roxanne Hammond. We're discussing managing finances in marriage and relationship, and my guest is Councillor Adofoli. I want us to welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I want us to still explore the financial goals. That is it a necessity for every couple to set financial goals?
Very true. We need money day in, day out. So setting a goal is something we need to do. That. If you are not setting a goal, you are not going anywhere. Okay. We are just at the same place, and that is not good for you. That's not good for you. Look at how the economy is, how things are going up day in, day out. So you don't have any goal, you always get frustrated. You always get resentment, anger. The home is not peaceful. We're fighting because of money. No. So let's set goal. The goal comes in what we want to do, how we want to go about it, and then have an open conversation about it. I know some people, because of debt, they don't feel good having a conversation on finances because we might talk about debt, and I don't feel good about debt. I might feel shame and that kind of stuff. It's not about your spouse talking to you about your debts just to make you feel bad. We need to know where we are. So sit down, have a conversation. This is what we want to achieve. In a rent that we are in, it's a rented house. In the next 12 months or 24 months, the landlord will be knocking.
Yeah.
So what do we meet this rent stuff? Now, these are fees coming up. In the next 3 months, we have to pay fees. What are we going to do to get these fees? So when we put on this goal, that will tell us that, weekly, when we contribute this amount of money, we can be able to meet this goal. Daily, when we go in this path, we're able to meet this goal. Monthly, when we contribute A, B, C, D, we're able to meet this goal. But if you don't have anything like that, you might think that the money is not enough, and then you start blowing. Trust me, a year on, put all you've spent together, you have a lot of money. You just don't have an idea how you spend this kind of money. And especially those who are not salary workers. Sometimes they don't want to talk about certain things like this. We need to have a conversation. The fact that you don't have a regular income, we can strive average. Average, looking at the least and the highest, strive the middle. So at least within a week or within 2 weeks, a month, this is how much comes in. And then this is what we can do. Sometimes saving is just about the day that you might need it, you have to go for it. It's not that you are saving because you are rich. Or when you have some
save for a rainy day.
Yes. Oh, you have a lot that you are saving. No, I'm just squeezing myself that one day I might need it. That's what they. And if you don't start that culture, you want to be used to it. It's not something which is comfortable. And we do that in our home. When the tap is flowing, when you are bathing, you just bath. When the tap is not flowing, sometimes people bath one sachet of water. They are going to do that. Also necessity. Where sometimes we can create that necessity for ourselves that look, we are intentionally bathing this amount of water and reserving this for other days. So when people don't have water, we have water because we have set a goal for ourselves and we are achieving that. That's what we are doing. So we can extend this in terms of finances to all areas of our life and be consistent with that. Be consistent, review. Another thing is budgeting. People who don't budget, it will be difficult for them to follow goals like that. And they should be able to budget. especially those who buy from the areas around. You can go to the big market, buy from wholesale. You save a little money on that. There's different markets in town. There's some market you buy from them, you save money than other markets. Figure out those markets, go there and buy from them. They're different brand. Sometimes they are selling the brand to you. You don't have the money to buy the brand. Go beyond that, buy other brand and supplement. We can live within our means if we really want to do so. But another thing which is important, in terms of life is about giving and receiving. So whatever you do, try and be kind to other people around. Kind to other. It's not only that we are being kind to the church, you go and give offering. So that a baby, a child around, 1 city, 10 pesos or whatever it is, it also opens different doors for us. So when we are doing this, look, I tell you, our finances will improve with time. So for setting goal, I believe we should do that.
In a situation where maybe one of the partners, either the male or the female, is a spendthrift, you guys have the money, but immediately they see money. Out of nowhere, there's a need. A need comes in immediately. If there is no money, everything is okay. But immediately, they chance on money anywhere, even if it's a coin, there's a need for it. So unfortunately, you're not able to save. So when you're with such a person, what do you do?
Okay. So it's true, we have this kind of personalized, a spender and a saver. Sometimes we have two spenders together, they save and they spend. I experienced that early part of my own marriage. I see my wife spending more, and I'm asking myself, why do you spend? They said to me that when the money comes in, there's certain needs that has to be fulfilled. That's okay. Let's differentiate between need and want.
Okay.
What are the necessities that we need to spend money on? What are those ones that we can do with them? And when we identify those stuff, it saves a lot of stress in terms of having conversation on things like that. So I believe when money comes in, some people, they would like to have a lot of things. Their dreams come to, they want to own a lot of things, but you and your spouse should sit down, let's look at the needs and the wants. And let them know that I'm not starving or preventing you from getting those wants, but it's time for everything. For now, we can't do that. It doesn't mean that we won't do that.
And you know, that conversation wouldn't be easy.
Yes, but
because the person is used to that kind of lifestyle. And you coming in and restricting the person, there will be a bit of tension because it's a behavior that they are used to and you're trying to correct them.
How you do it is important. In our communication, sometimes the content of what we share is a problem. When you're giving order, I'm telling you just what I say. Fine now. We won't go back to this conversation. Your spouse is not your child. You set these rules for them and you want them to follow. That's why we need to even negotiate, compromise. All these things are good tools for our marriage or relationship. And let them also know that, look, you love them, you care for them. In fact, there's one reason why you left all other people on this journey with them. Person. You want to say that your happiness doesn't matter to me? It matters. It matters. What if you go on this journey, at the end of the day, all of us suffer at the end? Is that what you want? I don't believe so. So there's time that we have to sow now. There's time that we have to harvest now. So let's look at the season in which we are in and what we have to do. But the most important thing is, I think the dress we are talking about is a nice dress, but we will buy it when the time is due. Probably I will be the one even buying for you. So you should be able to have a good conversation with them. If it's a woman, their needs is in the heart. So make sure the person feels love. Make sure your thoughtfulness, your words, your touch, all these things makes the person feel love, tender care and stuff like that. But if you go in as a man, you are rigid on a woman because you wanted to reform her, put her in the right place, you lose her in that particular instance. And the men too, our needs in the mind. So sometimes the way we speak to us, encouragement, sometimes don't come like a headmistress or the mother at home.
You have to come in and encourage the men. Okay.
Make a suggestions, don't demand, you make a request.
So women, listen, you don't demand, you don't make requests, you suggest.
Make suggestion, make a request, but don't demand.
Don't demand.
Don't issue automatic. If you don't do this, something will happen, and don't use sex to punish.
Don't use sex to punish your partner. If you need something, you can make a request. You can always make a suggestion, but in a very loving and sweet, encourage your partner with that one. I think, women, you know how to do your encouragement. You do it immediately, they'll melt for you. Whatever you need, you get it.
A lot of influence, even smile, even the touch. There are things women can do to keep men at their feet, but sometimes we don't do that.
So when it comes, we're still on finances. Is it right that we do not? Are we supposed to have a joint company, like joint business together? Is it right?
I won't advise that. Even trying to set up a business for your spouse, I won't advise that. You see, we all different. Honestly, we all different. Know where the person is coming from, what they are capable. And then we can ask them, if you are capable of it, have you done a little research? Do you have some knowledge at that background?
So in that case, the partner should actually come out to say, this is what I want to do.
Yes.
Not you now saying, because you are a housewife or you're not doing anything, I'm setting up a supermarket for you. Maybe she doesn't have any idea about how to even run a supermarket.
And even if you believe that because you know her, running supermarket works for her, she needs to have an understanding about what supermarket even means. Can even go and do a little work with a supermarket and just know how things run, because one day you're going to be a boss of your own. Is this something you can do? Is this something that you're capable of? The challenges, the pressure, and so on and so forth. Let's do that. Because I see people taking a lot of facilities, invest in things that at the end of the day return nothing.
Okay.
And then it causes more trouble in the home. And then we are counting like, look, I marry you, I set business up, I did this for you, I did that for you, always. And then somebody is doing that to show that, look, I am a responsible man. You are the one not responsible. Probably you are asking the cat to go and swim. I say some cats don't swim, right? Or fly. They won't be able to fly. You are not helping. So I believe all of us, where we are coming from, there's something we want. There's a desire, there's a dream, there's a passion. And it's our goal that when you come closer to somebody, you are like a mirror. You see some of these things. So in terms of finances, in terms of business investment, let's look at how we can align each other's kind of our strength in that journey. So if you think business will work for them, let's do a research of a business. Let's start small, don't start big. Let's make them make their mistake, let's learn from the mistake, and let me grow from there. They should also put a bookkeeping on these businesses. It's a key. Don't start business, we are eating from the business. That's what most of the people do. Hand to mouth, then they think collapse, then we start blaming each other. No, it doesn't work that way.
Okay. Is it right for you to be transparent when it comes to your finances with your partner?
You need to be transparent in everything in marriage, I tell you.
Transparent in everything?
Everything.
Even if you get some, say, there's this term we use. We say galamsey, we call galamsey kakra. You go do your small galamsey, you get maybe 5K. But you come back, are you supposed to tell your partner, I got 5K in this particular business I went to do, or I go I think I only go 1Q, and then you hide it.
I'm not sharing that with you. I'm sharing that with you not because I think you envy you take it away from me. This is something I'm proud of, something I did well. As a friend, as a partner, I'm sharing with you. And I always come in, I'll tell my spouse, I earn this amount of money today and stuff like that. It doesn't mean that starts doing budgets that because we earn this amount of money, we're going to be doing this. No. Transparency is important, that I don't hide things from you. So you can't think that I will do you any harm. You cannot suspect me. You can't even go out and somebody say something about a certain man or certain woman and you think that I fall within that kind of category. So let's be transparent about money. By the end of the day, whatever you want to use the money for, let's have a conversation about it. Let's not manipulate each other, force each other to do things they are not happy with. When that happens, believe about this in that marriage. It doesn't work for us like that.
Okay.
Other people also can be an issue. I mean, family members, some people think that, oh, I think your spouse can do this. So come and take this money, or why are you not asking your spouse to do this? When you hear this stuff, come back to the table, discuss with your spouse. And don't compare your marriage to other people's marriage. No two hands are the same. No two individuals are the same. No two marriages are the same. They are very different. So what works for A might not work for B. So when you go in, because these couples are power couples, they have business, they are empires, they are running. So we should also go on the same path. You might get it wrong. What works for, let's start. Let's be happy as where we are. Then we can grow from there and become big.
Thank you very much, Councillor. I have been blessed, I've been educated, I've gained much knowledge when it comes to managing finances in marriage, and I'm so grateful for your time.
You're welcome.
And it has been Moans and Cuddles here on Ghanaweb TV with me, Patricia Roxanne Hammond. If you didn't get anything, know that you have to be content with what you have. You have to set financial goals. Financial goals, as Councillor Adofoli said, is very important. Every couple is the first thing even you're supposed to do when you decide to get married. Set financial goals. SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, am I right? Realistic and timely. And be able to measure, like you're giving yourself a number of years, but we should be able to do this by the end of this year. One other thing he said is you have to be transparent with your partner. Don't get something and hide it from your partner. You have to be able to be plain, come plain, talk about everything. It all boils down to communication. Communicate. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Don't hide anything from your partner. If you realize that your partner is spending too much, maybe it's from her upbringing or it's from his upbringing. With that case, you need to counsel each other and encourage each other in love. It all also boils down to communication. Know your partner and know how to communicate best with them. My name is Patricia Roxanne Hammond, and the show has been Moans and Cuddles here on Ghanaweb TV. Until same time next week, be kind to one another.